SportsCentre at the Super Bowl is powered by Bud Light. A sleepy first half turns into an OT thriller, one where, as close as it was, the ending felt inevitable. Mahomes and the Chiefs cement the dynasty. James Duthie back with David Sanchez and Luke Willson. A lot of dynasties have domination. At least there's a couple of laughers in there when the teams win. The Chiefs, it's never dominating. They just somehow find a way every time. How do you put in perspective these 3 wins in 5 years?
Yeah, it's 3 in 5 years. It's the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Steelers. That's the only teams that have done that. And it's Patrick Mahomes. It really is. And obviously, they're from top to bottom. This is an organization that's done things the right way. They've built right. Let's give credit to their GM. Let's give credit to, obviously, Andy Reid. But look at Patrick Mahomes. In the biggest moments, what could they do today? There was nothing that the Niners could do. The biggest spots, we knew. You said it, Luke. You said they're blitzing. We knew it. It was trouble. As soon as we saw the blitz, we knew there was going to be a big play to Kelsey. When they tried to play zone, you saw in the first half against the Ravens, he has all the answers. So a guy as good as Patrick and an organization like the Chiefs, they're gonna do things like that as long as they can keep the nucleus together, because he's the piece that gets them over the top.
You know, when Brady was done, I said, we're never going to have this conversation, and somebody's not going to get in the GOAT conversation again for our lifetime probably. And he's not there yet, but it's trending that way. Listen to this: 6 seasons as starting quarterback, 3 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs, 2 NFL MVPs, lost 1 in the Super Bowl, lost 2 in the AFC Championship. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, Duthie. I mean, it's something that when you say it and you put it like that, it almost seems like you're just blatantly lying to my face. But to me, Davis mentioned the X's and O's and him, picking up blitzes and getting it done. But one of the things off the field that I just have a massive amount of respect for Patrick Mahomes for is his leadership and his ability to just rally the people around him. I mean, let's look at this first half and put yourself, as an offensive player in the Chiefs right now. You come out in the first half, you barely score 3 points. Travis Kelce's held to 1 catch for 1 yard. Him and their head coach, Andy Reid, get into a little bit of an altercation. There's another video surfacing of Rashee Rice and Patrick Mahomes, again, having a heated conversation, let's call it. You're going to halftime, and I've been there. You sit there and you say, hey, we're in the Super Bowl. We're going to figure this thing out. We get the ball back. Let's go tie this thing up. What happens? You throw a pick on the opening drive. Next drive, what happens? You go 3 and out, maybe even more demoralizing. You're in 3rd and 1, and you give the ball to an absolute thumper in Pacheco, and you get stopped. There's no quit in this team. And although they're arguing and they're having heated conversations, because of Patrick Mahomes and the veteran and the leader that he is, he's able to get these guys going, and they all believe in him, and they keep playing hard, which I'm telling you is not easy to do when you're getting dominated like that. And all of a sudden, they got 1 good bounce, and this thing flipped on its head, and it almost seemed like it was inevitable.
It did feel inevitable. The overtime drive, it's just like we all knew he was going to score. I think we were more surprised they didn't score a touchdown at the end of regulation, right?
It was shocking. It was shocking that they only tied it.
You mentioned the second half, and early in the second half, which is really where the game turned. First of all, the Niners get a pick. They have all the momentum in the world, up 10-3, and 3 and out. And then 3 and out again. And then 3 and out again.
Yeah.
Is that where the Chiefs turned the momentum, and then they got the big play on the fumble?
Well, look, it was, if you looked at what was happening defensively, for the Niners defensively, they were pressuring the heck out of Patrick Mahomes. And so if you looked at the pressure that was continuously happening, I didn't think they had answers. I didn't think that the Chiefs had answers. And then the fumble happens. I mean, and that was, for me, the biggest part of the game was that time, because the momentum was all Niners. The fumble, they get the ball back.
Bad luck there.
Bad luck, yeah. It hit a player's foot, bounced off his foot. The returner, Ray McLeod, he's trying to get away from it. It hits the leg, and obviously he tries to make a play because he has to at that point in time. But they had the momentum. All the momentum at that point in time was for the Niners. I didn't think that KC had any answers, and then boom, the fumble, the quick touchdown, and all of a sudden you felt it, because now all the momentum had switched, and Patrick Mahomes and that group got some confidence.
I know you believe the MVP award should be shared, maybe.
Yes, and of course, they'll never do this, but if you could split the MVP award in half, obviously Patrick Mahomes got it done today, but maybe we give it to a coach for the first time, in the history of the NFL, Steve Spagnuolo. This man had one of the greatest game plans I've ever seen. Let's be very honest here. The Niners offensively are loaded. Early on, first quarter, I thought this might be a blowout because McCaffrey was really being successful on early downs running. Christian McCaffrey ended today with an average of 3.6 rush yards. They basically shut this man down after the first quarter in the run game. Now let's go to third downs, another key stat. The Niners were 3 of 12. Again, to me, a lot of that is, it's obviously players executing, but it's putting them in great spots. Game planning. Steve Spagnuolo, absolutely on top of it. And it was the most evident with the two major blitzes. And let's start with the Trent McDuffie one. Huge play in this game. And I think Trent McDuffie did a great job. He really disguised it. You didn't really know what was coming. And all of a sudden, boom, he gashed it there, bats the ball down. Again, another late blitz happened again. To me, Steve Spagnuolo had these guys firing on all cylinders. And it's a team in the Niners that loves playing with the lead. Well, they had the lead all game and still couldn't get over the hump.
Brock Purdy didn't lose this game, had a chance to win this game, didn't win this game, but really quickly, how would you evaluate his Super Bowl?
I thought he was good. I really did. I thought Brock Purdy, when I was making all my notes, if we didn't know who was going to win the game, I said Brock Purdy's been exactly who we thought he was. He's making plays in big spots. He's making big throws. And also, key to for me was in the biggest moments of the game, including coming out of their own zone at the end of the game, where'd the ball go? Not in CMC's hands. It went Brock Purdy, play action, deep shot. He got him out to midfield. So he made some huge throws. Fourth down, same thing. Did they run it? No. Brock Purdy, they go for it, give Brock Purdy the ball. So a lot of big spots in the game. And Kyle and that organization, that team, they believe in him. He's that guy because in the biggest moments, they put the ball in his hands.
I grew up in an era where the Niners always won Super Bowls. They won 5 of them without losing. Now they've lost 3 in a row in tragic ways. And Kyle Shanahan, now the only coach to lose the only 2 Super Bowls in overtime as the coordinator with the Falcons against the Patriots, and now in just the most painful way possible. And on the other side, the Chiefs now have a chance to become the first team ever to win 3 straight Super Bowls.